Can India illegally occupy Jammu and Kashmir reclaim its promised right to self-determination? Or is statehood merely a hollow echo of broken pledges? When Omar Abdullah, puppet chief minister of the former state, demanded immediate statehood for Jammu and Kashmir, did he champion Kashmiri rights or further betray their right to self-determination? In August 2019, New Delhi illegally abrogated Article 370 and 35A, stripping Kashmir of its special status and converting it into two union territories. The Supreme Court's December 11, 2023 ruling upheld that abrogation while urging but not enforcing restoration of statehood. Yet Abdullah's call for mere statehood ignores the very privileges that defined Kashmiri's accession: its internal autonomy, land rights and separate constitution. Why does right to self-determination matter more than statehood alone? In October 1947, the Maharaja of Kashmir acceded to India under the instrument of accession, granting India control over defense, foreign affairs and communications, while guaranteeing Kashmir its own constitution and autonomy. Nehru reaffirmed this promise at the United Nations in January 1948. The ultimate will of the people of Jammu and Kashmir will determine their fate. That pledge formed the backbone of the June 3, 1948 ceasefire plan and subsequent UN resolutions 1948-1949 calling for a free and impartial plebiscite. By demanding statehood within India's standard framework, Abdullah shifts focus from those binding commitments. Statehood under a central constitution without the 370-era protections offer Kashmir's none of the pre-existing safeguards against land grabs, demographic engineering, or political marginalization. Is it justice to exchange genuine autonomy for a half-measure that New Delhi can revoke at will? The 1972 Simla Agreement further enshrined the principle that India and Pakistan would resolve Kashmir by peaceful means through bilateral negotiations. Yet elections held in 2023 under direct Indian rule, boycotted by Pakistan and dismissed by majority Kashmiris as a sham, only cemented New Delhi's stranglehold. Pakistan's President Asif Ali Zardari rightly declared these polls a violation of internationally recognized rights, underscoring how manipulated elections deepen occupation rather than liberate. What does true self-determination demand? It demands restoration of the special status that safeguarded Kashmir's political identity and the fulfillment of the UN-mandated plebiscite. It demands respect for international law and the instrument of accession's conditional nature. Instead, by pressing for statehood sans special status, Abdullah risks legitimizing the very framework that India imposed unilaterally in 2019. A framework repeatedly condemned by UN resolutions and ignored by the international community. Moreover, statehood under direct Indian governance offers no remedy for the human rights abuses rampant since 2019. Arbitrary detentions, communication blackouts, and a security lockdown that saw over 100,000 troops deployed across the valley, one soldier for every 50 civilians. These measures violate the ceiling of proportionality envisioned in both the Simla Agreement and international humanitarian norms. How can statehood prosper under such militarized rule? Kashmiris have endured curfews and censorship that eclipsed even the most draconian chapters of recent history. Education, healthcare, and livelihoods were disrupted for hundreds of thousands of youth. Women faced house arrests, travel bans, and rapes. Under these conditions, statehood rings hollow, like granting a caged bird a larger perch but no freedom to fly. Can Pakistan's call for a plebiscite be sidelined? Pakistan has never recognized the abrogation of special status or the subsequent elections. Its stance echoes the spirit of the June 3rd plan and UN resolutions. Only a plebiscite under UN supervision can validate Kashmir's future. Whether this takes the form of accession to Pakistan, restoration of autonomy within India, or full independence, the choice must lie with Kashmiris, not in a parliamentary debate in Delhi. Abdullah's demand, therefore, risks entrenching Indian control by seeking statehood on New Delhi's terms rather than pressing for the rights guaranteed since 1947. Is this the leadership Kashmir needs? True leadership would unite Kashmiris around the original promises: right to self-determination, bilateral negotiated settlement, and a UN-monitored plebiscite. As South Asians, we must ask, will the world continue to applaud token gestures while real freedom remains imprisoned? Or will we stand for the principle that self-determination cannot be bartered away for a hollow statehood? The legacy of 370 is not a relic, but a living testament to Kashmir's unique bond with India, one that Indian leaders themselves promised never to betray. If we truly seek justice for Kashmir, our clarion call must be for the restoration of special status and implementation of UN resolutions, not for a statehood that perpetuates occupation under a new banner. Only then Kashmiris exercise the ultimate right, the right to choose their destiny. This is Amara Farad Baloch and you are watching Nexus Bulletin.